What's up, Internet Land? Zacchaeus Prime, aka Zacchaeus Prime, here with the Transformers third-party Legends review. Today, the figure we're taking a look at is going to be the Cang's Toys Rhimini. Rhimini. Let me adjust the lighting a bit so that we get some good looking at it. But yeah, this is their little Legend scale of I forget what his actual name is. But yeah, this is their Legend Scale one. They've, of course, got the Masterpiece Scale one that, you know, looks awful similar to this, but is completely different, like engineering and sculpt and whatnot. And this figure looks really good. Again, like all of the Cang toy stuff, the paint apps are fantastic. The Tampo prints are just perfect. There really isn't anything to complain about in terms of like painting and sculpting and whatnot. I am having some issues with one of these guys being loose. I know that I can get in there with a screwdriver, I think. Maybe. And tighten that up. I don't know, I have to take a look. Of course, you know, as you turn this, it's going to get tighter and looser. So it may just all come to nothing if I were to futz around with it. But yeah, it's just a good looking figure. I'm still pretty certain that they just like paint this whole damn thing like silver and then you know, color it in the various colors, gold and red and whatnot, black even. But I guess I'm not really sure. Some of these things maybe look more like plastic than they look like painted. But all in all, like, the presentation is really good. And of course, I'm not really a package person. But the packaging for these is really good too. Just like a little metallic cardboard box with like a foam insert. Very nice. Very nice. But anyhow, in terms of accessories, he comes with, you know, a sword weapon. This is identical to the last one that we reviewed. Actually, both of these weapons, I believe, are identical to the last guy that we reviewed. He will hold them both. I forgot to review last time, but he does come. By last time, I mean the little bull guy. That land mini. Land mini came with a pretty much identical sword and identical gun. And I didn't mention it because I just completely overlooked it, but Land Mini also comes with one of these feats. Now the foot does not turn into, you know, a wolf and another robot like the Masterpiece one does, but it does do some transformation of its own. You pull these out, you flip this out, and then flip this out. And now you've got like a legit little stand. And I think that's a cool little thing. I don't know that I would ever really use it as a stand. Having the little claw grippers, it doesn't hold super well. But, you know, as they say, it is a thing you can do. Yeah, I can't even. There. I can snug it under there like that. Of course, now I can't close that. It's something that you can do. I don't know that it's really all that fantastic for my purposes, but I don't know. I like that they did something with it. It kind of smacks of the TFC aerial bot set where the feet turned into flight stands, which I also thought was cool, though again, not really something that I would really do, I think. But anyhow, let's talk about his posability. Let's get all these accessories out of the way. A lot of his posability is going to be the same as the other figures in this line. So he does have a ball jointed head. And it looks up, it looks down, it rotates. This particular figure, his head is kind of tucked in between these two little panels here. And so it makes some of the posing of this head a little bit weird. But it works out pretty well. His shoulders will go all the way around. You can fold out this little arm flap here so that you can get the full tree pose, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist swivel. He's got a waist joint and an ab crunch. That's nice. Skirt armors are on, the front skirt armors are on a little hinge. Side skirt armors are on a little ball joint. So the leg will go that far forward, that far back. And then if you move the skirt out of the way, it'll do most of a Van Damme. He does have a thigh swivel there, a double jointed knee for a lot of bend. Ball jointed ankles. He also has a toe joint. And that's pretty much it for him. So a lot of posability. And it's a figure that lends itself well to just really good dynamic poses. And I think it's done pretty damn well. But let's get him transformed up. Now, what you want to do for his transformation is we'll start with the head. Now, you can go in here and kind of like spudger these panels out of the way and whatnot. But honestly, I haven't had any issue with just like grabbing him by the... I thought I was able to just grab him by the head and yank it out, but I'm not going to do that. Maybe, it was going back into robot mode. You can just grab it and yank, but I would do that. So pull that out. You can kind of bend this back a little bit. You can't rotate it around because this block is kind of underneath the lip of that. So you got to fold it a little bit, flip it all the way around. And then you want to take this head and you want to fold this neck piece till it's all the way flush like so. And then you can take his head and flip it around so that he's looking back like that. And then this is going to come down back into the spot that it filled. You do want to make sure that you're angling this such a way that these holes line up with these big old fat tabs on those panels. Which I found in my case usually involves putting it in there and then having to make sure that I pull out this little connector block just a little bit. So push those into those tabs, and then this folds down. You can also take at this point, push this little gold piece down that'll cover that up. We're going to do his arms next. And these are really easy. You just kind of take and fold this a little bit. Fold the hand in. And then that allows you to fold the wrist out. And I'm not sure exactly if it's supposed to go like this or like this. Apparently I definitely got the last one wrong. But again, I still kind of like the way that looks. So maybe I'm getting this one wrong too. But I still like the way it looks that way. I don't know. Fold this other guy in as well. And I'm just going to spread it out. Aggressive T-posing. This backpack I'm going to fold up, and while I'm here I might as well fold these out and fold this out. And then you can come in here and fish out this little tail. And then just do nothing else with that at the moment. The waist, you want to rotate this 180 degrees. These skirt armors, you want to fold up So if you fold them up too much, they will push up against that body and you'll start to press in. You can fold them all the way if you're doing a little bit of that ab crunch, but you don't want to do the ab crunch. So just fold this up as much as it'll go. You want to take these little side armors here and fold them around. And I just, again, with these, I just kind of push them as far as they'll go. They'll kind of go, they won't butt up against each other exactly, but they'll kind of sit like that. And then while we're back here, you can take the foot. You want to rotate the foot around like that, and then kind of wiggle it around a little bit so that you can flip this over 180 degrees. At this point, you can take, and there's a double hinge in the toe, and so you want to fold up that hinge on the double hinge. And then you can take this and then rotate it back around so it does that. You can take this little section back here and pull this out. Open up this. Now this red panel here, this is kind of what keeps this whole leg together. You can see there's this little tab. This tab right here. That tab will actually go into a slot that's in the leg, and that'll keep that all in place. So when you're putting them back into robot mode, make sure that tab goes into that slot. But also understand that it won't transform into his Rhino mode until you undo that. Now this leg will just collapse straight down like so. And that will allow you to then take this panel, bring it around. There's a tab here that'll go into a slot here. Just like that. You can take this guy here, bring it around, flip out this little panel. And that's the leg pretty much done. So let's do the same with the other leg. So come around to this other side. Start with rotating the foot around. Flip it. Collapse the toe. And then rotate it around again. Bring out this foot here, fold this part way, fold out this little panel inside, and then undo this red panel about part way. That will allow you to completely collapse this. And then you can bring this panel, this gold panel up into place. Tab this red panel onto that tab. And now both of these, you've got a tab and a slot and a tab and a slot. We'll tab and slot together. Make sure this is all fully far up as far as it will go. And then you can take this panel here, fold it down, and then you'll have these little 4 holes right here. These little pegs will go into those holes. And you'll just kind of carefully put them in like so. And then this is going to fold down. There's 2 little tabs. There's 2 little slots on the inside of this red panel here. That'll fit onto the little tabs that are on the shins. And that's that all done. Last but not least, you want to take these side skirt armors and you just kind of rotate them and fold them up. There's a little notch right here. And that notch will fit onto this little, it doesn't lock in. This is just a locating thing. But there's a tab right here. Let me get this properly centered. I've been talking off center. there's a little tab right here that'll fit into a slot there. So that just goes in like that. And then we'll put this other one in the same place like that. Put these legs down like that. And there you have Rhymini in his rhinoceros mode. And it is, again, pretty dang good. It covers up robot parts pretty well. You don't really see a whole lot. It's got a good like contour to it. It doesn't just look like a block. You know, it looks like, well, I mean, like a robotic rhinoceros, but a rhinoceros nonetheless. You can open his mouth. You can move his head a little bit, but keep in mind that this gold panel here will move with the head. It'll also move when you try to work the jaw. So that's something that you'll need to fiddle with a lot. He's got a lot of the same arm posability, is mostly unhindered. So lots of posability in the forelegs here. The back legs, not so much. Like you can move them like so. The little feet are in ball joints, but like there's strictly speaking, there's a mushroom peg up here, but because of the structure of, you know, this part, all these parts back here, you really can't move it at all. I mean, that's a little bit. That's a little bit. I guess it's better than nothing. But like, because you're not really going to be putting the legs forward like that, it pretty much is nothing. They don't go out to the sides. They just move forward a little bit, and then you can ball joint these. His tail, though, moves on 3 different joints. It's got a joint here, and a little side-to-side joint right there. Surprisingly posable for a tiny, tiny, tiny little piece of plastic. And that's pretty much it. You can take this big old tab right here, you can plug into this hole on his back. So you can mount that on his back if you need to. I don't know why you would need to, but you can do it. And that's basically all that there is about that. Again, this figure comes with the same recommendation I have for all of these little Cang Toys minis. I think that they look great. I'm really looking forward to getting the rest of the set and getting him put back together, getting him put together into his ferocious mini or Pharaoh mini. I don't know what they would name it, but I like it. I like it a whole lot. But anyhow, that's all I've got for this today. Thanks everybody for watching. If you made it this far, you are amazing. And everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya. Bye.